Hey y'all, this Octavius the Great coming to you on this rainy Monday. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. My day is going good so far, and I'm happy about it. So, as y'all see, Facebook, IG, and WhatsApp is out. Um, a lot of people, including myself, thinking, oh God, I done got hacked again. Because I done made like 5 Instagram pages. Facebook stay throwing me in the jail. But ain't it something? All right, y'all, let's get into it. Facebook owned properties, including Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, were hit by sweeping outages Monday that left users locked out of the platforms. The issue started around 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, according to DownDetector, and were hitting users globally. Excuse me. About 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the outages appeared to subside according to DownDetector, though tens of thousands of users were still reporting problems. I still can't get into my stuff. Shortly after noon, Facebook's site returned a message that read, "The site can't be reached." Andy Stone, the Facebook spokesman, acknowledged the outage on Twitter, saying, We're aware that some people are having trouble accessing our apps and products. We're working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience." Twitter users responded by mocking the company, saying that the world would be better if you just left it all switched off, and that we're actually enjoying the lack of disinformation and misinformation. In the curious twist, by early afternoon, the domain name Facebook.com was listed for sale by Domain Tools. The organization behind the domain registration was still listed as Facebook Inc. It's unclear why the site's address would be listed for sale. Facebook reportedly said in an internal memo to employees that it appeared to be a DNS issue that is impacting both internal and external access to our tools and apps, according to Dylan Byers, a senior correspondent for Puck News. A DNS or domain name system connects domain names to the right IP addresses so that people can access popular websites. Earlier this year, an outage at a major DNS operator took out huge swaths of the internet briefly. Independent cybersecurity journalist Brian Krebs also linked the outages to a DNS issue, tweeting that Facebook's DNS records got withdrawn this morning from the global routing tables. Can you imagine working at FB right now when your email no longer works and all your internal FB-based tools fail? He wrote. Major websites can also go offline if content delivery networks or CDNs crash, which is what happened in June when a Fastly crash took out major websites including Amazon, Google, and the New York Times. This time around, other sites might be impacted, but the Facebook-owned sites appear to be bearing the brunt of the issues, according to DownDetector. Cell phone carriers T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T also reported some major outages, though far less sweeping, around the same time as Facebook, according to DownDetector. Instagram and friends are having a bit of a hard time right now, and you may be having issues using them. Bear with us, we're on it, Instagram tweeted. We're working to get things back to normal, and we'll send an update here as soon as possible. Thanks for your patience, WhatsApp added. Oculus, the Facebook-owned virtual reality gaming platform, was having issues too. We're aware that some people are having trouble accessing our apps and products. We're working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience, Oculus tweeted. Twitter users quickly made hashtag Instagram down and hashtag Facebook down, trending on platform in response to outages. Shares of Facebook were down more than 5% on what was already a tough day for the big tech stock. Social media users took to Twitter to complain about the outages and how they tried to restart their internet connection when they could no longer access the Facebook-owned platforms. Excuse me. All right, somebody tweeted, me after I restarted my internet router for 5 times and found out WhatsApps and co-servers are down. User, I'm not saying that name, wrote along with an image of a clown. Other people wrote about the crash too, using different images. All right. The outage comes a day after a Facebook whistleblower. Now, this what really make everything. This is upon me reading all this, y'all. I'm sorry, but just get straight to the point right now. All right. The outage comes a day after a Facebook whistleblower who leaked a trove of damning internal documents to the Wall Street Journal came forward and identified herself as Frances Haugen, a former product manager at Facebook. Frances, 37, said she came forward after seeing Facebook consistently choosing to optimize for its own interests, like making more money. She also linked what she characterized as Facebook's inaction in squashing misinformation and the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot, suggesting that Facebook is at least partially responsible for the fatal event. One of the consequences of how Facebook is picking out the content today is it is optimizing for content that gets engagement or reaction. But its own research is showing that content that is hateful, that is decisive, that is polarizing is easier to inspire people to anger than it is to other emotions. Facebook has realized that if they change the algorithm to be safer, people will spend less time on the site. They'll click on less ads. They'll make less money. Francis is said to testify before Congress this week. She has already filed reams of anonymous complaints against the company with federal authorities. All right, y'all. Now, while I find this very strange, y'all, now you're going to have the whistleblower who just came out, and so happened on Monday, Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp is not working. It's not working. So don't y'all find that to be very strange, for real? Now, a little bit of information come out about where people were saying that Facebook is busy controlling the content that is being shown to people because they are in it for the money, even though they make billions upon billion every year. So I don't know, y'all. I think this might be starting the beginning of the end for certain social media platforms, because for real, Facebook been having problems for the past couple of years. Mark Zuckerberg had to go in front of Congress and speak on the dealings of Facebook and the way they go about doing their business. On top of that, Mark Zuckerberg is a weirdo anyway. And you see how whack Facebook has become. Because for real, Facebook wasn't really the place to go for real when it comes to being a little bit more free with your content. They have so many rules, so many lies about what's go against their community standards. It changes all the time. You getting hit and knocked for stuff that you put up years ago when it was okay. And constantly people are being put in Facebook jail for sharing their opinions because they want to sit up and want to use things as hate speech and blocking you off their website. So I want Facebook to be gone, period. And I don't even understand why they end up getting Instagram. And you see, Instagram hasn't been the same since either. It done got worse since Facebook got a hold to it. So I'm glad this all coming out for real, because at the end of the day, Mark Zuckerberg is doing some scandalous things with his company. All of them doing scandalous things with their company. It's just funny that after all this information came out about how they go about optimizing profit over profit over humanity. I'll say that, profit over humanity, because a lot of things they could have done was to stop. They could have stopped a lot of issues that was going on, but y'all went ahead and let that flow. But let a black person sit up here and speak about racism and injustice or share their opinions, you put in Facebook jail. Same thing with IG. They'll sit here and flag your comment. They'll flag you for stuff from 2-3 years ago, y'all. And that all I can say about that is not seeing them, and they're getting exactly what they deserve. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, it's very strange now that the whistleblower came out and Facebook is down today. And they also said that their Facebook domain name was on one of the websites where you can get the domain name for yourself. So it's something very strange going on. We're going to find out more soon. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is Octavius the Great, and enjoy y'all day. All right, so long.